Welcome back to Mom Cooks and Gardens. It's mid-January, which is the perfect time to start planning for your garden. You know, it's dark, it's gloomy, and sometimes it's the best time to dream about the future and make plans. You know what they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it gives you a good time to go over what you have, make sure your seeds are in date, decide what you want to grow and what you need to order. That way you'll have your seeds in time for the planting season. This year we're starting a garden on the top of the hill. It's a 20 by 20 keyhole garden that we are going to grow vegetables in. Now I'm new to growing vegetables. There's a lot I learned this year with just the small variety of vegetables I started to grow. So hopefully now that we have a plan for the garden, and I'll show you. I created this on my computer. Let's see if I can tap this. It is a grid. I just used a Word document and I created a table that's 20 squares by 20 squares. So each square represents a square foot. The overall idea for this vegetable garden at the top of the hill is based on a French kitchen garden. They also call it a potager garden. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. But potager gardens combine flowers and vegetables. It plays off the idea of companion planting. So flowers that attract pollinators and tropicals. So I'm really hoping that by combining helpful flowers in with my vegetable crops, that we will have more success with less chemicals. So this garden plan was where I started, and knowing what it is I want to grow and how much space I want to devote to it. You can see here, this is my plan. Now you can have a very naturalistic plan where you kind of have things just, you know, the way you think is attractive to the eye, or you can make it a little more systematic. I tend to be systematic. So if you can see these yellow squares are where I've concentrated larger vegetable crops. So I've got, you know, tomatillo and eggplants. I've got my peas, because I really enjoy peas. Cabbage and kale. I've got my peppers. We've got some paste tomatoes and fennel, dill, that sort of thing. Where the blue squares are, these are going to be the flowers, and the orange as well. The orange is, of course, for marigolds, but I've also planted some of the stronger scented crops like onions and garlic. They say repel groundhogs and bunnies. So hopefully by making a perimeter of, you know, strong smelling herbs and flowers like the marigold and the garlic and onions will kind of create a barrier that'll keep critters from coming. This is the spread of seeds from last year. You can see we've got our kale, Brussels sprouts, cabbages. I've got some bok choy. Then I've got some root vegetables, carrots and radishes. We've got our peppers, our tomatoes, and the tomatillo, which are in the same family. The huckleberries as well. They're all nightshades. Then I've got my pumpkins and squash. These are all the herbs. Then we've got cucumbers and beans, parsley, well, not parsley, celery, spinach. And then we've got our lettuces, arugulas, sorrel. These are all salad crops, and our flowers. But yeah, so now I can see clearly what I have, what I want to grow, and what I need to procure. So I went ahead and made a list of what it is that I'm actually planting in my garden plan, and what I have marked by little dots, and what I still need to get. And then I also kept track of where I purchased my seed. So in a couple weeks I'll meet back with you and we'll get started on starting those seedlings and getting the garden ready for the ones that will be direct sowing. So there's going to be a lot going on. But yeah, take time in January, sit down, make a plan, figure out what you need so that you can get it there on time. Plan to succeed. Thank you for watching.